I don't know if you know this, I don't know if they told you, but I was looking around on Netflix one night.
Yeah.
And I saw your comedy special on, they have a thing called The Characters.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought it was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen. So I said, we got to get this guy on the show. And they said, oh, yeah, he's already got a show. And it's called Detroiters.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you are from Detroit originally.
Yeah, from the suburbs, yeah.
Your partner is your buddy.
Thank you. I heard one person.
Sam, your partner, he's on Veep also.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys started out together in Detroit, I assume?
We did. We started at the Second City, Detroit, back when it was downtown. And then I went up to SNL. He came out here, started Veep, and then we pitched a show together and we started at Comedy Central.
That's very exciting. I mean, to work with your friend, and you shoot it in Detroit,
That's right, yep.
Is that a problem for you, though, shooting a show in your hometown? Because you have very, entanglements when you shoot someplace where you live.
Well, for sure, to go home to work, sometimes your parents don't remember that, and they're like, well, Monday's your cousin's birthday, so you gotta go there, and your grandma's awfully mad at you. Man, I shouldn't have come home.
Yeah, you might want to just shoot the exteriors there and put the rest out here in L.A. or something.
Like Martin did, yeah.
The idea of the show, yeah, right, it's a great idea. You are ad executives, very, very dumb ad executives. A lot of times, they'll have one dumb guy and one smart guy. You did it differently. You have two very dumb guys.
Yeah.
Who make local TV commercials.
Yeah.
Are these inspired by real local TV commercials in Detroit?
Absolutely. A lot of the ones we've done on the show are loose parodies, almost direct rip-offs.
Yeah.
Of ones that really exist.
It's hard to make them funnier than they already are.
It really is.
I love local TV commercials. That's my thing. That's
it's the best, right?
Yeah, it is. Detroit has good ones?
Has the best.
What are some of the good ones there?
Well, one we did parody on the show is this place called DOC. It's an eyeglass store, and the owner of it used to dance in the commercials. And people kind of liked the dancing, and he was like, yeah, the dancing's sexy. We'll call him Sexy Specs from now on. So his commercials where he'd go around the town dancing, and he'd be like, Sexy Specs! So we did a parody of that called Hunky Specs, and when people found out it was real, they're like, oh, man. That guy.
And do you ever hear from any of these guys?
I think that guy's too proud to reach out.
Oh, is that right?
I think he's too proud.
You did something that, you gave us a vision that I never thought I would see. Rick Mahorn, who was not just a member of the Bad Boys, the Detroit Pistons, maybe the baddest of the Bad Boys.
Yeah, him and Lambier, yeah.
Yeah, but Lambier also, you got an idea, like if they were prison mates, he would definitely come out on top.
Yeah, it's interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting to think of.
Trust me, I've given this a lot of thought. But you got him in a commercial.
Yeah.
And you had him do this ridiculous commercial.
Yeah. Well, he's the character Mahorn plays tomorrow night is based on a real Detroit commercial called Melfar Superstar. And he's the guy who played for the Lions, but then he had a car dealership in Detroit, and he wore a cape, and he'd be like, come on down for a far better deal. And then he'd, like, fake fly off because he was a superhero. So we did a quick Rick Mahorn in Dearborn, and he's a superhero, too.
Yeah. And had Rick acted before? Was this his first?
He had done other commercials before, and actually when we called him to do it, we were so nervous, because, I mean, I grew up watching him, and
sure.
I loved him, so I was nervous to pitch to him and stuff and be like, this is what it is. And at first, I was like, hey, man, you're still in Detroit, right? There was a long pause, and he was like, 24/7, baby.
Yeah. So that's a yes.
Yeah. And then even on set, like we made him wear some outfits and stuff. I don't want to ruin it. But, so he'd be on set, and he'd be performing in these crazy costumes. They'd call cut, he'd come right over to me and Sam, and be like, I'm gonna find out what bar you guys hang out and beat your asses. And they'd be like, all right, we need you back. Rick's like, all right. And he would go back and do it.
Did he, and so when you're working with him, did he feel comfortable as an actor, or was he, well, I think we have a still photograph of him in his costume, right? Yeah. Now, so this... Did he take this outfit home, or is this...
Yeah, he brought it with him.
Oh, he brought it with him. He is going to beat your ass when he gets home.
No!
Yeah, well, and are there other people, like other local commercials you have your eye on, or have you done them all? How does it work?
No, there's definitely other ones that we haven't hit yet that we'd like to try and hit next season. There's one, it's actually an awesome store called Mr. Allen's. It's like clothing and shoes and stuff. But back when I was a kid, they had this deal that was 29 or 2 for 50. And then you could get these things for 29 or 2 for 50. But to show it, they had a little animated man pop in. It was very little animation, but he would come in and be like, these Timberland boots, 29 or 2 for 50. So we want to get that guy in there sometime.
Yeah, you got to get that guy in there.
Yeah, he's the best.
I understand he's there 24/7. There's going to be no problem at all.
That's Mahorn. That's Mahorn.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
I had
Mahorn.
it all mixed up. Well, it's congratulations on the show. You picked up for a second season. The season finale of Detroiters is tomorrow night, 10:30 on Comedy Central. Tim Robinson, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you like that, subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the latest videos. And if you didn't, subscribe anyway. It's free. Who cares?